You wake up to the taste of blood in your mouth and the smell of sweat all around you. You're not sure if you're 13 or 14 anymore. Nobody cared enough to keep track. What you do know is that your body doesn't belong to you. It never did. In ancient Rome, they don't call you a girl. They don't call you by your name. They call you slave. A thing. A body to be used. The Romans celebrated their emperors, their grand marble arches, their shining victories. But for women trapped in slavery, Rome was not glory. It was a nightmare that never ended. If you were unlucky enough to be born in the wrong village or in the wrong family, your life could be stolen in an instant. Soldiers stormed through, burned your home, killed your father, and chained you like cattle. From that moment on, your childhood was over. And here's the cruel truth. Your worth wasn't measured by your heart, your dreams, or your mind. It was measured by your body, by how much it begins the day your village burns. You remember the smoke first, the black sky, the sound of swords clashing, the screams that never seemed to stop. Roman soldiers marched in like thunder, tearing through everything you once called home. Your father tried to fight. He didn't stand a chance. You watched him fall, and the soldiers laughed as if his life meant nothing. They didn't come for him, though. They came for you. They tied your wrists, dragged you through the dirt, and pushed you into a line of other girls. Some younger, some older, all crying, all broken. No one explained what was happening. No one cared. You were property now. The march was long. Days blurred together. You were given scraps of bread, a sip of water, nothing more. If you slowed down, the whip reminded you to keep moving. By the time you reached the city, you didn't feel human anymore. Then came the market. They stripped you naked in front of strangers. They poured cold water over you, scrubbed your skin with rough sponges, until it bled. Not because they wanted to clean you, but because they wanted to display you, to prove you were strong, to prove you were worth something. Men examined you the way they would examine an animal. They pinched your arms, checked your teeth, pulled your hair. They laughed when you flinched. One of them muttered, "She'll breed." Another said, "Good skin. She'll last." You weren't being sold to work the fields. You weren't being sold to cook or clean. There is no warning, no ceremony, no whispered advice from the older girls. One morning, you notice warmth between your legs. Not passion, not pleasure, just wetness, heavy and sticky. When you look down, your rags are soaked with blood. The kitchen. Slaves see it first. One of them laughs and smacks your thigh. "Congratulations," she sneers. "You're useful now." From that moment on, you are no longer a child. You are no longer even called a slave. You are called one word, womb. That word follows you everywhere. It is not a name. It is not an honor. It is a sentence. The older women drag you away from your chores. You're pulled out of the kitchen with flowers still on your hands, out of the laundry with wet cloth still clinging to your arms. Nothing. It begins with a flutter. At first, you think it's just hunger, or maybe a cramp. But then you feel it again, a small kick, sharp and real. For the first time, it isn't a man inside you. It's something else, something alive. You are 5 months in, maybe 6. No one tells you the time. Days blur into nights, and nights blur into endless moans from the other girls in the fertile quarters. Some cry, some pray, some don't speak at all anymore. Your body is changing fast. Your belly swells like heavy bread. Your back aches with every step. Your legs throb from swelling. You're only 16, but you feel twice your age. The overseers don't call you a girl. They call you an investment. They put you on a strict diet, milk-soaked bread crusts, boiled cabbage, salted fish if you're lucky. No wine, no herbs, no honey. Nothing but the bare minimum to keep the child alive. Don't break the product. The midwife mutters as she checks your stomach. If you die, you're wasted silver. Other slaves avoid you now. They whisper that you scream too much, that you're cursed. One says she won't survive the birth. Another laughs and bets the baby will die first. Only one girl, Livia, still talks to you. She hums soft lullabies in the dark, her voice cracked, her eyes far away. One night she tells you, "I bled out on my first one. They stuffed vinegar, rags inside me, and prayed to Venus. I survived, but not all of me." She forces a smile with one missing tooth. You don't know if she's trying to comfort you or warn you. Then the day comes. It starts with pain, deep inside, twisting, clawing. At first you try to breathe through it, but the pain doesn't stop. It only grows stronger. Suddenly you're Body curls in on itself, water spilling between your thighs. Warm, thick, unstoppable, you scream. Not for yourself, but for the thing inside you. Hands grab you, force you down. A cloth is shoved in your mouth so you don't disturb the household. The midwife barks orders. Hold her legs. She's early. Get the oil. You bite down on your wrist until you taste copper. Your back arches, your vision whites out, your body tears open. Livia leans close to your ear, whispering, let it rip you. That's the only way it gets out. You push. You wake up to silence. Your belly is flat again, sagging, torn, stretched like a sack wrung out too many times. The baby you carried, the boy they cheered for, is gone. Taken. Not yours anymore, but your body hasn't forgotten. Your chest burns. Raw and swollen. White liquid leaks down your skin. Milk. The midwife croaks. Good. That means you work now. You don't understand at first. Work? For who? Your baby is gone. But then they bring you into a room filled with cradles. Not with your child. With Roman babies. Children of senators, generals, rich mistresses who don't want to feed their own. They press the first infant into your arms. Pale skin, wide eyes, tiny mouth searching. He latches onto you. You cry out. The bite is sharp, painful. A nurse slaps your cheek. Quiet. Don't disturb the boy. And just like that, you understand. Your milk is not yours. Your body is not yours. You are no longer a womb. You are a cow. Every 3 hours, day and night, they line up babies to drink from you and the other women. Rows of slaves, all stripped to the waist, all leaking, all silent. Sometimes they give you your own baby, only because it saves them money. He looks at you with unfamiliar eyes, as if he doesn't even know who you are. You hum a lullaby, but your voice cracks, and he doesn't respond. The work is endless. If no child suckles, your chest swells until it hardens like stone. The pain is unbearable. You beg for cloth, for water, for rest. They give you straw. They give you vinegar. They give you slaps. Some babies choke. Their faces turn blue. You panic, trying to save them. Sometimes they live. Sometimes they don't. When one dies in your arms, you are whipped until you bleed. Not for grief, but for waste. You're lucky, one guard tells you. At least you're not used for play anymore. You stare at him with dead eyes, because he doesn't understand. This isn't luck. This is another prison. Infections come. Fever shakes your body. Pus mixes with milk, but the Roman babies drink anyway. Nurse, you are standing naked in the sun. The heat burns your skin, but no one cares. Oil is smeared across your body, so you shine like polished meat on display. 30 men stand in front of you, but not one of them looks at your face. Turn, the slaver commands. You obey. Your shackles rattle. The whip hanging from his belt whispers the threat of pain if you resist. They check your teeth, your hair, your breasts, your hips. They touch you like buyers testing a horse. One asks, how? Many children. The slaver answers, one. Another asks, still fertile? Yes. Leaking too. They nod in approval. A rich woman strolls past and mutters, bit thin. The slaver laughs. She just birthed. Feed her, and she'll fatten up. They don't talk about you like you're a person. They talk about you like you're a product. A tool. A thing with a price tag. You're given a number, written in charcoal on your thigh. It smudges with sweat, so they write it again. Your value? 20 silver coins. Maybe 30 if the bidding is good. The crowd circles closer. A fat senator grabs your jaw and mutters, good milk. His eyes are dull, lifeless. He walks away. Another man prods your ribs, testing. A boy, no older than 13, points and says, I want this one. His father laughs and says, too old. Try the younger one. The boy insists, but her chest is bigger. They both laugh. You swallow back bile. You want to spit, but you don't. Spitting means flogging, and flogging might kill you before. The sale is done. Bids rise. One man offers silver and a tunic. Another counters with gold. You don't listen anymore. You just stand, sweating, trembling, waiting for the sound of the word that seals your fate. Sold. The slaver tosses your chain into the hands of your new owner. He doesn't look kind. That's good. Kind ones are worse. Kind ones pretend to care while they still hurt you. He signs the scroll, pays the coins, and yanks your chain. Walk, he orders. You ask softly, almost hopelessly, what is my job? He smirks.